welcome back to Cool Clubs Reviews. Today we got the Titleist T200. What do you think?
I really like this club. Actually, I played a set for these for a little bit. You know, it's a really good, relatively forgiving club that looks very traditional. The shape is, you know, very much like the T100. You know, very traditional looking shape. I like that actual shape, a little bit higher toe. Really clean look in the back. Obviously, there's a cover over it. The one thing I didn't like, to be honest, and it didn't really bother my game any, but you know, when you bang the balls around with the back of the club, it does have a kind of a clicky sound to it. But I mean, when you hit the ball, it sounds great.
Yeah,
so
you
it's
can't
not
hear
an
it.
issue.
Enduring play, it's a non-thing.
It's not a thing, right? But really good golf club all around. Like I said, relatively long, so it got a pretty good overall performance rating. It's pretty forgiving. Stopping power is decent for that kind of category.
Yeah, what was it? 31 degrees, so it's 3 degrees stronger than, you know, its sister, which is kind of, you know, the cavity bladey looking kind of thing, and then 230 spin launch. So this thing, maybe it isn't spinning as much.
No, it's really not. You know, and like I said, I didn't have any problem with that at all because I hit the balls really high, so I stop it more with land angle than I do with spin.
Yeah.
And I don't spin the ball that much anyway, but I didn't see any problems with that.
But it's in a good yardage category, you know. It's 10 yards up again from its kind of sister within its family.
Right. The T100 was like, you know, the standard one was like 151 or 2, and this is 10 yards longer than that. So. And
there's a little trade-off for it, right? So it's kind of gets a little wider in the dispersion.
As you go out in distance, obviously, the further you go out, the wider those things become. So, you know, it's a little bit thin, but they're all very consistent, right? They're a pretty tight pattern. They're not straight up and down, but there's some a little bit right, some a little bit left. So overall, it's landing in the right area.
And we've put this one in the players category too. It's definitely not what you call a game improvement iron, right? You don't look down at it and think,
no,
oh my
not
God,
at
that's
all.
big.
No.
And it's still not really in that tour category. So it's like, what player are we looking at this for? It's got a much wider sole than the 100.
Yeah, it's a little bit wider than the 100 if you look at, you know, how wide that is. And here's the 100. It's quite a bit narrower here. So, you know, quite a bit narrower on the top. And the top line is quite a bit thicker. So if you look at it, you know, here compared to the T100, you can definitely tell it's thicker. They did do the same thing that they did with the T100. They kind of beveled the back edge here like a 45, but because it's a little shinier finish, it doesn't kind of offset it. You see a little more. So it is a little bit bulkier looking, but a great looking shape.
So we're not talking about maybe tour players, maybe in the long irons, like a 2-iron or 4-iron.
Yeah, they actually make driving iron type things out of this same line. So it's definitely, you know, a long iron thing for tour players, but
more like mid-low handicap.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, I'm a 6 or 7, whatever. So I mean, certainly in my wheelhouse. But I think even down to like a 2 or 3, or even some, you know, older players or good players want a little more distance, but not anything super bulky.
Yeah, something to help with the bounce.
But you know, honestly, almost up to 18 handicap, you could play this thing. You know, if you're a decent ball striker with it.
Yeah, your off-center hits are going to come up a little shy, like anything. It's probably not going to help you as much as, and you're not going to get that extra yardage out of the real centered one. Yeah. But it's so let's call this right in the middle of the road.
I would call it right in the players category. It's kind of what it is, right? Perfect. It's right in the middle. So it's you know, it's kind of probably 5 to 15 handicap is kind of the wheelhouse for this, and you know, Titleist makes good irons. They have for a long time. Yeah, that's kind of what they're all about.
I like this one. It's clean.
Yep, it's good call.